A very warm welcome to the channel. You're just joining us right now for Game 2 between Discara and A Game Anx in this, the round of 8 quarterfinals of the first ESL for Homeworld Deserts of Karak. It was A Gamer Anx who managed to take Game 1, his Galzian play. He got off to a pretty poor start actually, Discara looking really strong, but I think Discara just overcommitted into railguns and A Gamer was able to break through with some sand skimmers, take out a whole load of railguns for value and start destroying his opponent's economy. So apart from that though, the two players look very evenly matched and I'm excited to see how Game 2 is going to pan out here. So let's without further ado get into the game. So the map here is going to be Dune C, spawning in the south, playing as the Coalition forces. It is going to be, whoops, Discara. Can I zoom in here? There we go, Discara. And spawning in the north, playing as the Galzian forces, it is going to be none other than... Oh, how do you, can I focus on your carrier? There we go. It's going to be none other than A Gamer Anx, who, those of you who watched the last replay will know, but I actually had the pleasure of playing against this man on the ladder a couple of times, actually, I think maybe twice. Maybe even 3 times, can't remember. And he has destroyed me handily each time. This man very good at playing with Galzian forces. Looks like he's doing his standard opening here. The production cruiser going to be moving on out across the map to apply some pressure to the Coalition forces of Discara at his earliest opportunity. Sand skimmers, the research has finished, and those are now coming on out of the production cruiser. Base runner as well, moving on out to grab some of the artifacts which are going to spawn shortly. You can see the little timers here on those artifacts. Also, actually at the top of the screen, it also shows the artifact spawn time. So important information there. Now last game it was the wow, he's going straight into AAVs. Discara's going to mix it up here. Last game Discara took a convincing fight in the early game using LAVs and was able to ride that advantage for a win, basically. Well, no, sorry, not for a win, for a very dominant early and mid phase of the game. So he's going straight for AAVs. Or actually, you know what, I think this might be the same build as last time, because he's even building the LA... because you need to research LAVs before you can build AAVs. But I think he skipped his first few LAVs to get earlier AAVs. That's what he's done, okay. Anyway, the Sand Skimmers are here now for A Gamer Anx, so if I turn on health bars you can see he's actually going to start getting some harassment done here. He needs to move the carrier over a little bit. The reason he's got the carrier here... actually... I don't know, actually. Anyway, two LAVs here now on the field, now 3. Look, you can see A Gamer here just picking back his wounded Sand Skimmers to allow their self-repair systems to heal them back. And, oh wow, he gets 2 LAVs here for 1 Sand Skimmer, so a nice exchange. But the base runner is here, and it has actually deployed a turret. Now the base runner can build turrets, and the turrets will take out Sand Skimmers very quickly. You can see that they actually kill 1 Sand Skimmer per burst, so this is quite the deterrent, this turret. And that's going to enable Discara here to hold this push from A Gamer relatively easily. Looks like the production cruiser's still in the hood though, and whoa, you don't want to be skirmishing out in the open here with your LAVs. Wow, he actually gets some value out of it though. He picks off a couple of Sand Skimmers, so maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. And now the AAV is here, and look, you can see how slowly this poor Sand Skimmer moves when it's being suppressed by the massive cannon on the AAV. And the AAVs, you know, that gun is so big it just basically ignores the armor on a tiny Sand Skimmer. So that's going to be a nice easy kill there. For this AAV, which is now going to be moving out, looking to pressure the production cruiser, which is having it to GTFO here for A Gamer Anx. Now let's zoom out and get the tactical view on. So, whoa, A Gamer Anx has gone for a double base runner opening, and you can see he's actually exfiltrating 2 of these base runners into his extraction site here. That's going to enable him to take a nice early lead, and also remember these artifacts are worth tech. They give you power for your carrier, making it more, you know, giving it access to its better abilities. So these artifacts are super important right now. Now, there are 3 armoured assault vehicles. God damn, Coalition forces are so powerful at this stage in the game. When your armoured assault vehicles first come out, the Galzian player just has to be scarce, and that is what's happening now. These armoured assault vehicles here have actually caught up with this base runner, which is taking quite a lot of fire here. Going to deploy a little scanner over here, just so A Gamer knows how many more assault vehicles are coming in. The Sand Skimmers are doing their best to defend, and this frontmost base runner, it looks like he's actually going to get that one out. Seems like the armoured assault vehicles do decent damage, but possibly not enough. Oh, he's going to be cruelly denied. The LAVs roll into town, and that's going to be all the DPS, boom, that Discara needs, boom. So losing the first base runner, the second one will be forfeit as well. So this double base runner opening here for A Gamer Anx has not worked out well for him. He's lost both of his base runners and a number of Sand Skimmers. His Sand Skimmers just will do nothing to this force as well. So A Gamer is going to need to pivot here in terms of tech and strategy. Meanwhile, Discara looks like he's going to try and drive home with all these forces. He's positioned his carrier, well, I mean, it spawns here in between 2 resource locations, so he's kind of mining off of 1.5 bases. The transport time on these salvages here is actually adding a little bit of inefficiency, but yeah, so 1.5 bases, I'd say you can call that. Looks like 2 production cruisers are complete here for A Gamer, so his resourcing is a little bit better right now than that of the Coalition player Discara. The assault vehicles are coming in, but assault ship research has finished for the Coalition, for the Galzian player, and these assault ships are going to be able to bully down this armoured assault vehicle, which is taking way too much here. Fire. You can hear those laser cannons, which the armoured assault which the assault ships have, and they have very similar names. Smoke is going to be used to deny line of sight from 3 of these assault ships. A Gamer just wants to move them down to the south of that. He'll do. Wow, look, the assault ships are actually faster, and they are now more numerous than these armoured assault vehicles. Notice how they don't have the range advantage, but they are going to be able to possibly hound down 1 or more of these armoured assault vehicles. Looks like he's going to prioritise taking the high ground here for a second. A number of LAVs have been created, and they're going to come forward to support these armoured assault vehicles. The support cruiser has finished here, you can see. Let's get a look at the support cruiser. It has finished here for the Coalition player. So Discara here is going to be moving up to a nice 2.5 base economy, essentially. Support cruisers heal all units nearby, and they also have reasonably potent anti-air, and you know, you can drop off resources at them, so that's what that unit is doing for Discara here. Now the armoured assault vehicles were able to, the assault ships here were able to pick up 1 more of those AAVs. I'm just going to start calling armoured assault vehicles AAVs, it saves syllables. And both players looking reasonably even right now. In fact, no, I take that back. It's Discara here who's going to get the first artifact out. Here it is. The extraction is going to be complete just now.
Salvager online.
There he goes. Extracted. So it is now 1-0 to the Coalition player. Now a number of assault ships are looking to try and take down these assault vehicles in mid. Oh, that radius tells you that a strike fighter is coming in, and I'm guessing that's from the Coalition player. Yep, here comes a wing of assault vehicles, and strike fighters. I believe they're called interceptors, actually. And they're hitting hard here. That's going to chalk down some of these assault ships. That's very annoying for the Galzian player. What does A Gamer have for this? Does he have his own interceptors coming for support? No. So these assault ships are going to be able to take out... these interceptors are going to be able to take out these assault ships all day. That is problems. What are they called? They're called strike fighters. Okay. Gotta get the unit names right. You can tell I've not been casting this game very much. So the assault ships are kind of getting taken out. They're trading okay. They're going to pick up maybe all 3 or 4. Okay, so they've got 2 of the assault ships. The AAVs so far. And they're probably going to grab another. Let's just zoom out. Okay, meanwhile, in the top left here, we've got a load of LAVs trying to make a move, but there are enough assault ships and sandskimmers here that they should be able to take this fight handily. A Gamer making use of the high ground on this on the crest of this sand dune here to take the fight. These LAVs will be forfeit, and I don't imagine they'll get very much work done. Now this, of course, is a 4-player map, so there's a lot of resourcing spots available, so this game could go longer than the last. And all of the assault ships have now been taken out. Some harassment went down onto these salvages, and it looks like there's only 5 salvages on this patch, so I believe A Gamer was able to actually take out one of his opponent's salvages, so that's useful, making a slight impact on his opponent's resourcing operation. And so if we look at the map, you can see now it's basically even, except that Discara has 1 extra artifact that he's captured. All 3 artifacts have spawned, so actually both players can make moves. A Gamer has no base runners to make moves. Discara's got this base runner here, which looks like he's going to try and grab this artifact first. Now, map control-wise, the interceptors are going to be a real headache here for the Galzian player. Here come the strike fighters. Sorry, they are called strike fighters. And he's slapping down salvages here, and there's just no anti-air cover. The production cruiser here in the top right, that does have some anti-air, but not enough to keep away this amount of strike fighters. And here we go, some Galzian interceptors are being added into the mix. Some dogfighting is going down now. One of the strike fighters goes down, and it looks like A Gamer is prioritising targeting the weakened strike fighter there. That was pretty cool. But he stands to lose his interceptor, needs to get that kid out of there, and he does. So it looks like air power on this much bigger, more open map is much more important than it was on the last map. Base runner here. Looks like A Gamer is going to defend the artifact using a wing of sandskimmers there. Whoa, loads of LAVs. How many LAVs does he want? That is so many.
We have insufficient CUs. Rally point set.
Descara here committing hard to LAVs. He's probably researching upgrades for those. It's a little bit like in StarCraft, you can get +1, +2, and +3 attack and armor on those units. Wing of assault ships is going to come in to try and get some harassment done over here, but I imagine, aren't they just going to get hit by strike fighters? There's no anti-air here. And we've got a big fight about to be taken here in mid as a wall of LAVs is going to slam into these sand skimmers. Remember, these LAVs are going to have the high ground advantage as they strike the sand skimmers. The sand skimmers desperately need to get to these assault ships and hide behind it. You can see these radiuses, these yellow circles tell you that the assault ships are coming. A gamer manages to pick up a support cruiser. That's a nice pickup. 600 CUs goes down there. And he picks up a number of salvages as well. Well, these assault ships do more damage than I give them credit for. And now, here come the LAVs. But the assault ships are just being picked off by these strike fighters. Nothing here that a gamer can do. All of these forces will be forfeit. So he managed to pick up like 2 salvages and a support cruiser. And I wonder if that was worth it, because that's a lot of forces. Whoa, so many railguns. Look at the amount of railguns that the coalition player has. And this is what Descara did last game. I would say he overcommitted to railguns. And look, he doesn't have any armoured assault ships. Armoured assault vehicles, AAVs. So these railguns are pretty damn exposed, to be honest. Any run-by of sand skimmers could take them out. LAV is going to be pushing forward in mid, again using the high ground provided by this sand dune. And they're going to use their superior range here to start peppering these sand skimmers back.
Move order confirmed.
A gamer here definitely on the back foot, and an artifact has been grabbed by this base runner, so Descara now trying to exfiltrate an artifact. An interceptor might decide to start hammering this, yeah, he's going to go for the base runner here. The base runner has rudimentary anti-air. You can see this little cannon trying to defend it here.
We're moving.
Whoa, all of the LAVs committing in hard here, and unlike the Galcian who can pick when they fight, these LAVs are stricken behind enemy lines. They don't have any self-repair systems, and they are slow. Whoa, but they massacre that wave of sand skimmers using their range and kiting ability here. That was not a profitable engagement at all for a gamer there. He loses a lot of sand skimmers for very little gain. He loses 1 salvager. I think probably another is going to go down. Actually, he could lose this 3rd one as well. The range on these LAVs is pretty good. Oh, yep, he gets the 3rd one as well. So this LAV run-by has been worth it. This is pretty cool. Even if he loses all these LAVs, that's been pretty worthwhile. And an assault ship shows up to try and make some holes in the LAVs. Boom. Oh, and that it does.
Green line confirmed. Light attack vehicle online. On our way.
More strike fighters here, going to make a move out to the right flank. And actually there's an exposed resource operation here that could be hit. So that's pretty cool. Is that a gunship? Oh, the gunship is here. Look at this thing. It's so cool. Oh, we're just going to follow this gunship here for a second because it's coming on into the fight. There you go, time to start hooning on these guys. Oh, he's just raining fire on these sand skimmers. I wish my laptop could run this game better. I do apologise for the poor frame rate. Whoa, okay, that's a little glitchy. Whoa, I've never seen that happen before. Okay, wow, so we've just seen the subterranean assault gunship there. But yeah, gunships are a really nice counter to mass sand skimmers, but an interceptor catches this guy, and he's going to exchange the interceptor for the gunship there as a gamer, and that is of course very efficient for the Galcian player. He'll take that trade every time he can.
Green line confirmed.
And again, these two players go back to circling, but it's Descara who's exfiltrating artifacts. It's Descara who's getting the upper hand, because, I mean, it's basically a stalemate, but Descara is slowly sneaking artifacts out of here. That is going to enable him to pull ahead. Like, he sends out a probe at crucial timing here. You can see he sees all these sand skimmers. That's really useful. The sand skimmers come raiding in here. This is a lot of sand skimmers. Oh no! This is enough sand skimmers to kill all these LAVs and then kill all the railguns. And it looks like Descara has done it again. His composition is just the same mistake. The sand skimmers are going to beat the LAVs and then they're going to kill all the railguns. This is the same mistake he made in the first game. Here come a load of strike fighters though to try and make up for it. But I think they're too little too late. A gamer can pick up all these railguns if he just shift queues up all the attack orders, just like bop, 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 bop. He can get them all if he wants them. Oh, the strike fighter's doing massive damage, but the real story is these sand skimmers getting all the railguns. That's so important. Now without those railguns, a gamer can move in with assault ships, he can move his own railguns into position. Look, he's getting aggressive with a production cruiser coming out to the middle map. His base runners feel more secure to come out onto the map as well. And actually he's not done, he's going to get a support cruiser here as well. Oh no, and I'm just getting deja vu from the first game, where Descara he just stops building armoured assault vehicles and just goes straight into railguns. Like, this is too many railguns. He needs to adjust his build. This is not going to work. And he doesn't have the gunship. Like, the gunship would have countered this kind of a sand skimmer blob like really quickly, but he lost that. Pardon me, he lost that to the interceptor.
Light attack vehicle online.
And now look, there are heavy railguns moving across the map for the Galzian player. Oh my goodness, so many heavy railguns. He's building them 3 at a time here. He needs some anti-air though. I do worry that he doesn't have enough anti-air. I suppose he has interceptors if he needs them. I'm guessing that's his anti-air here.
We gotta go. Alert, strike fighter destroyed. Light attack vehicle is under fire.
And the production cruiser has some anti-air, but not a lot, not a lot.
Move order confirmed. Hostile light attack vehicle detected. Hostile on sensors. Authentication pending.
Okay, so the heavy railguns are moving out. A-Gamer is getting out an artifact here, so he's going to even the scoreline at 1-all.
Go, go. Alert.
The Sand Skimmers come in, look at the high ground advantage. They're just going to be able to come in and take out all these LAVs. Oh, that is brutal. That is so many LAVs to lose. That was like probably 20 LAVs or so. And now the carrier is a little exposed. Remember, these railguns have got masses of range, and if they line up along the top of this dune here, they'll be able to rain fire down on the carrier. Their range is real. They can basically hit anything they can actually see as long as they have the scouting information.
Alert, light attack vehicle destroyed.
This just looks like a fight to me, like A-Gamer Ranks is just totally in command of this fight. He has enough Sand Skimmers to keep the LAVs at bay, he has enough heavy railguns to kill anything on the ground, and he has enough interceptors combined with these this production cruiser that his anti-air is pretty solid as well. And look, he's mixing in some assault ships just in case, because he knows, you know, there's no difference now. If he builds any more railguns, you know, it's past the point where that's helping his efficiency. He just has enough railguns, and now look, the railgun rounds are just hammering down off of this dune in the background. They're just hammering down into the resource operations down here. This assault cruiser, just gets absolutely destroyed as soon as it leaves the production bay. That was an assault cruiser for the coalition forces there. Just gets absolutely nailed. The railguns here just doing massive work. They're even beginning to pick off assault vehicles, which is rare because you need a lot of railguns to take out assault vehicles. The assault vehicle naturally very resilient to railgun fire because of its small size and maneuverability. Oh dearie me, that's so many railguns. What is this? This is like 11 railguns on this hill.
Get us moving.
And I don't know, I mean this carrier is kind of cornered against the edge of the map. I think if he can just get the scouting information, all A-Gamer needs is the scouting information. He can just start broadsiding this carrier with his railguns. There we go, the hits are going to start coming in. Why is the carrier coming forwards? I guess Descara, this is the GG moment, but I mean look how much damage the Galzian railguns do to a carrier, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is gonna be game.
Red alert. Carrier hull at 25%
Bang! And there we have it. A-Gamer is going to win this series 2-0 over Descara, taking it in fantastic style in that second game. I have to say, Descara, in my mind, made the same mistake in both games. He just overcommits into railguns. Yeah, the railguns are good. Yeah, you've got the railgun research, so you might as well utilize it by building railguns, but you have to maintain a balanced composition. And if you've got no armoured assault vehicles, then your opponent can punch through if he has enough Sand Skimmers, and that's what A-Gamer Ranks did in both of those games. He just saw that there was a window where he had enough Sand Skimmers to take out his opponent's LAVs, and then punch through with the Sand Skimmers to kill all of the coalition railguns, and he got a support cruiser and loads of his opponent's economy in both games, and that's the problem there. So I think actually for Descara, you know, I wouldn't be too disheartened if I was him. I think this game, this loss comes down to just a simple overcommitment into railguns. I think, you know, maybe 4 to 6 railguns is fine, and then you wait to see what your opponent builds, and then you know, if you need more railguns, you can get them. But going with no armored assault vehicles seems very strange to me. And his air forces were fantastic, so I think if he just had those armoured assault vehicles, he would have been well set. Also, if he hadn't have lost that gunship, he could have at least punished the Sand Skimmers for extending so far into the south of the map there. Gunships against clustered Sand Skimmers, it's just disgusting. So, yeah, congratulations to A-Gamer Ranks. He'll be moving on to the semi-finals. The round of 4 awaits him, and I too will be moving on to cast those games in due course, so stay tuned to the channel to catch those, hopefully in the very near future. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the videos, hope you're liking the Deserts of Correct action, and this for now will be Magpie842 signing out.